Welcome back to my home, my church, and my temple. My friends, today we're talking about the magic of nature, what we've forgotten, creating containers, and really just some dialogues I've been really marinating on throughout all these recent nature immersions. My friends, the most important thing we can do, if you're feeling turbulent, chaotic, right, you need some guidance, direction, or just actually all the time, you need to go reconnect with nature. And if we can't carve out 2 hours of our day to go commune with the mother, commune with the breeze and the trees, right? Open ourselves to that experience and open ourselves to the magic. If we can't do that, we need to do that at least 4 hours a day then. Like, if we can't carve out a day in the weekends to go commune deeply for 6 hours and go for a walk, breathe with the sun, be with the trees and the breeze, right? And really reconnect to that deeper part of yourself, there is no way you won't get lost. My friends, nature is our teacher. We may acquire a lot of experiences out in the world, but this is where your soul awakens. This is where we can decling from everything we're holding on to, right? And create contrast to observe how we're living. This is probably one of the most powerful things about nature, is if you go for a 6-hour hike like I did the other day, and go climb that mountain, you know, maybe some microdosing essentials, but get out there, walk, breathe, don't eat, just drink water, and really observe nature as if every single ounce of it was your teacher, as if all of it was so symbolic, and literally a map and a book that you are walking through and reading, right? And like just picking up on that and trusting the container you're building for yourself. When you do this, my friends, our mind declings. We got to give ourselves permission to let go, right? I see this all the time with friends and family, is like, they're so turbulent, they're so busy, right? They have a lot of different demands and, you know, stresses on them in this world. But the thing is, we can't see clearly. We can't see what is us. Like, all these decisions that become hard for us, it's because we're not standing in our center, in our pull. We must reset and drink on that elixir of life, my friends. The silence. To breathe with the breeze for hours, to sit by the water and become it, right? Literally nature, every single part is your teacher. You can sit with one tree, and if you tap into layers of subtlety, right, that tree will teach you literally and guide you in so many ways. And the power of that kind of reflection in nature is something that almost needs to be like retaught, re-emerged into in this modern day, because we lost the magic. And yeah, coming out into nature is the fastest way to reset. Find your center so you know how to operate. My friends, you can't really have a relationship if you don't have your relationship with yourself, right? How can you start a business, right? How can you start all these things in your life and, you know, go through all these things and have all this drama in your mind and all this stimuli all the time, right? And still have your center pull. You can't do it, my friends. You're just going to go deeper into disease. And unless you create contrast and you experience health, right? You experience this, like, that feeling good exhaustion after walking all day in the sun. You feel great. You feel like you can do anything. You've overcome so many different parts of like your shadow. You're going into the woods to face yourself, my friends. And here's the thing. Why most of us don't reset is because it's painful at first. It's very painful. And being alone, re-emerging into the silence, the further away we are from nature, the more painful the re-emersion is going to be. But if we don't, you know, gather up our courage and go do that, we're just going to be drifting, like moving on restlessness and getting further and further away from ourselves. Let's go awaken our souls, my friends. Let's go dance with the mother. There's magical regeneration available to you, magical healing. My friends, your problems will be leveled, fucking leveled, if you find your center. And that can only happen by letting the water settle. So much can be said there. I just want to keep this dialogue moving because my phone's gonna die. But most people I see come out into nature, my friends, they go for a bike ride or a hike or like a run. It's like a workout, right? And it's so funny because we live in such a stimulated age where like we need this like gross amount of like energy or stimuli, like mountain biking or all these things. And I'm not ripping on it. I love action sports. I love that kind of stuff. But there is this sacred journey that is essential to the soul that awaits you in nature. I know so few people that have ever discovered that. And that's discovered by walking, not on the trail, but letting spirit guide you, right? Letting nature guide you. Opening yourself, creating a container for the next 5 hours and being like, you know what? I don't need to entertain any of this. I can fix whatever I need to fix when I get back. I can do those things when I can get back. Let me drop it. Do what you gotta do to drop it. Create this space, right? And walk into nature and set powerful intention around it. Powerful intention around, I'm opening myself to what you have to show me. I'm opening myself to the healing and new vision, and I'm willing to face, right, whatever lessons and shadow I must face. Create that container and enter nature, right? And observe and walk and be mindful, right? And sit where you need to sit. Speak where you need to speak. Have courage and climb where you need to climb, right? And shine where you need to shine, my friends. It's learning how to listen, right? We think the synchronicity out there is powerful. Oh my God, when we learn how to read this, it's a reflection. It's a pure reflection of your psyche. It's a pure reflection of your struggle and of your story, right? Nature is your guide. Nature is the healer. Nature is where we awaken our souls. And getting back to this gross stimuli that people are really attached to is they're not aware of the subtlety. Perhaps they never heard a dialogue like this, right? And got them interested in the powers of nature. And the more far away we are from it, the harder it is to emerge in that. And I am offering immersive experiences if you want to go Moab with me for 3 days and fasting and walking and having that experience and, creating that container. I've spent so much time in nature, ever since I was a child, and it's where I find my peace, it's where I find my inspiration, and it's where I find my guidance. But having that experience with someone who can facilitate that container, those intentions, right? Hold that space. I think it's really powerful. So shoot me an email if that interests you. But getting deeper into that is if they knew the magic that exists right before their fingertips. Oh my God. It would go from seeing 0 people out here to seeing a bunch of people out here. I never see anyone more than 45 minutes in. I swear to God. I swear to God. And thinking and looking at all of this, not from this gross materialistic view, but trusting in the spirit of it all, that all things are living with one essence. That great spirit is speaking through it all. And that tree holds mad wisdom. Mad wisdom. You are a tree. Earth is a tree, that's a tree. My friends, it goes so deep, and you can get as airy as you want with it and heady as you want with it, but how can you describe the experience of it's utterly so profound and vast, and I'm barely beginning to tap into it. I couldn't imagine ancient sages and shamans who never even left. They never even knew of the matrix. Yes, civilization has always existed, trapping the minds of many into the dogma and the drama going on that's constantly drifting and never realizing or actualizing or awakening themselves. But this is where we do it, in nature, right? And those ancient shamans, the breeze blows with the thoughts. There's agreements everywhere. The flap of the bird's wings is a sign. The direction it moves is a sign, right? The way the water ripples, right? The sounds and the calls. What appears on your journey, on your quest, on your walk. And, a lot of people think they need to go buy or pay someone to facilitate that. And that is powerful, getting vision quests and whatnot. But if you just create a container for yourself, create the container where you can go into nature for 2 hours and act like you are in a lesson. You are purely listening. You're letting go of everything, right? Oh my gosh, you're going to come back into the world so much more centered. You're going to know you from not you. You're going to be able to make decisions, right? Everything that once was a problem is no longer a problem. And I spoke already about this, leveling things. And I know I'm hitting on tangents, but ultimately, my friends, nature's our healer. Nature's our guide. There is so much magic out here that we have no idea how to tap into. Start breathing. Stop eating. Get subtle, right? Get weird. Experiment. Be radical. And Man, for me, I have so much resistance about like coming out here for 2 hours at night in the evenings. You know, I try to do it at least like 4 times a week, and I have resistance to doing that sometimes. And I'm thinking like, oh, should I do this first? And it's like, yo, drop everything, drop it all, get out into nature and start thinking there. Go experience real life, right? Feel alive again. Walk around, run around, roll on the ground, climb some trees, breathe with the breeze, and be at ease. My friends, your medicine's right here. It's right in front of your eyes. Thing is, we don't know how to work with that spirit anymore. We don't know how to work with that medicine anymore. And very few of us have ever been shown how to, you know, emerge ourselves in there. There are a few sacred warriors out here that were innately connected to, you know, that questing spirit, that were innately connected in, like, in observance of the reflection, of the symbolism, and the deep connection that exists, my friends. Our souls crave one thing: deep connection. The deepest part of yourself craves one thing: deep connection. Every part of you craves deep connection, and you cannot create deep connection when your mind is so turbulent and all you're working with is surface level you. My friends, drop the bullshit, drop the act. The sooner you get into nature, the sooner your real journey starts. Get into nature and you know what's true. You know what's real. You can spend so much time on fucking YouTube and reading esoteric texts and sacred knowledge and personal development, and the whole works, right? Experience, especially with the beautiful reflection around you, right? The truth shall be known. It shall be evident. It shall be so right here and now, baby. So where it's at. And man, if that silence makes you uncomfortable, love that uncomfortability in. My friends, soon you will find this most serene, sacred place inside of you in nature. You will feel clear and present when you allow yourself to reharmonize with the natural frequency of the mother. The mother is the healer, and we must go back to mom. We must go back to mom and back to the earth if we want to go back to the father. My friends, the light and the life go hand in hand. We must combine the two, and then you'll see what is true. Walk the path of life. Ever strive on the path of light, if you know what I mean. Anyways, my friends, there's so much wisdom waiting just outside your door. Hopefully, if you don't live in a city, but if you do live in a city, plan some, like, honestly, if you want to radically shake up 2019 for yourself, plan a weekend trip and just fucking do it. Just go. Just leave. No one tells you can just leave. You can just fucking leave. My friends, you don't need much. You spend less money traveling somewhere to go into nature with a water bottle than, like, way less than you do at home. You can leave. I give you permission. You give yourself permission. Get up and go. The sooner you get into nature, the sooner you know yourself. And yeah, my phone just died. I'll see you guys all in a flip. Peace. If you want to work with me one-on-one, free consultations, link in the description.